I was, I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them, and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill. It's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. It couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like it. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track. That some of your worst nightmares were real at the time, and you think, it does rip your life to pieces if you'll let it. And it's always pounding at the walls. These little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like beat your walls in. It's cascading on you all the time. You can't get away from certain attitudes, from certain modes of behavior that this town and the industry dictate. No matter how strong you are going to be affected by this place. And I think it takes that kind of cockroach resilience to survive in this town. You have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken, that you are going to be fucked over at some point.
I had just turned 15 and I was an extra in Bad Boys 2. They were shooting this club scene and they brought me in. I was wearing a Stars and Stripes bikini and a red cowboy hat. They took me to Mike and he approved it, and they said, you know, Michael, she's 15, so you can't sit her at the bar and she can't have a drink in her hand. So his solution to that was to then have me dancing underneath a waterfall getting soaking wet. At 15, I was in 10th grade. So that's sort of a microcosm of how Bay's mind works.
That's really a microcosm of how all our minds works, but some of us have the decency to repress those thoughts and pretend that they don't exist.
You really are an exquisite-looking young lady. I know you've been told that, but isn't she a pretty girl?
A lot of people would see you as a sex kitten.
I was in love with her before I met her. How do you work with a Brooke Shield who is just barely, not quite 16, a youngster this age, and about a serious subject like lovemaking? How do you...
It just is another job, and I didn't take it seriously, like I was going to grow up to be a prostitute or anything. I do every once in a while.
Well, it's going to be tough for me to walk away from you thinking of you as just a regular kid, I'm telling you.
She's got a beautiful face, she has beautiful hair, eyes, nose, mouth, and a beautiful body. I mean, she's incredible.
No ambivalence on your part about using very young teenagers?
So I'm a bad boy. What do you want?
When I left Fox, I went to MGM for one picture. Thank goodness, only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. She went into the office of Louis B. Mayer, and I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old, you know. And I thought he was a producer, but instead he was an exhibitor. And I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. And so it struck me so funny, I laughed at him. And I laughed uproariously. I had tears, you know, and he got infuriated. And he said, out, 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 go.
Did you tell your mother?
Well, I was very quiet. I went down and met her in the lobby of the administration building. She came out very quietly from Louis B. Mayer's office. And we walked hand in hand silently to the car, which was unusual. We got in the car driving home. I said, Mom, you won't believe what happened to me. And I told her what happened, and she got kind of quiet, and she said, well, you don't know what happened to me. And Louis B. Mayer wasn't as bad as Freed was to me.
Have you tried
but he came on to my mother. And so we both decided that we didn't like MGM much. It was, you know, it was better at Fox.
But it is what it is. Like, it's like anything in my life. I mean, if you read the book, you'll be like, haha, transitioning from Disney into this was fucking easy. I don't know, getting molested for fucking from your 6 to your 14 seems like way harder circumstances, or being physically abused all the time seems like a much more difficult situation than fucking have paparazzi following you since you were 12. I don't know. I was still being molested when paparazzi were still fucking following me. So it's pretty hard in my mind to think about these big flashlight photographs and everyone thinking they know me and talking about me, but having no idea the type of mistreatment that I was still dealing with at that time, that everyone around me saw and did nothing. So I don't know. You tell me what's so hard. Because that to me, way harder than any other of this other shit that I do on a daily basis.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
That's what, and that's what you were saying in your book. When you talk,
you're damaging an entire industry.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to say that it's a very important, serious topic.
You're damaging an entire industry.
On the director's say so.
Come here, baby. Come on. Come here, baby.
On the director's say so.
Come
On
here,
the director's say so.
Excuse me. Come on, baby. I knew you'd come around.
Anyhow, they didn't hear that part. Jim Carrey and Lauren Holly, Dumb and Dumber.
Thank you very much. Just to let you know, Jim Carrey does really kiss like...
In 1997, I was raped by Harvey Weinstein here at Cannes. This festival was his hunting ground. I want to make a prediction. Harvey Weinstein will never be welcomed here ever again. He will live in disgrace, shunned by a film community that once embraced him and covered up for his crimes. And even tonight, sitting among you, there are those who still have to be held accountable for their conduct against women. You know who you are. But most importantly, we know who you are. And we're not going to allow you to get away with it any longer.
Human flesh.
It's spongy, it has life to it.
You're with a guy with brightly colored undergarments, and you got soft human flesh in front of you. You're in a weird place.
I'm looking forward to this. This is really, really going to be a great pancake.
What you want in a pancake is to have the consistency of young human flesh.
It's spongy, it has life to it.
You're with a guy with brightly colored undergarments, and you got soft human flesh in front of you. You're in a weird place.
I'm looking forward to this.
What's the most exciting thing you guys have ever done in a car, individually or together?
I think it was today. My favorite one in a car was today. Just before we got here. What is this, MTV?
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, you want me to be honest with you? We in the car on the way here. Yeah.
And it was the most exciting thing?
Yeah, every time it is.
I have never understood why some people are lucky enough to be born with the chance that I had to have this path in life, and why across the world there's a woman just like me with the same abilities and the same desires, same work ethic and love for her family, who would most likely make better films and better speeches. Only she sits in a refugee camp, and she has no voice. She worries about what her children will eat, how to keep them safe, and if they'll ever be allowed to return home. I don't know why this is my life, and that's hers.
Are your parents in show business?
No, my dad's an infertility specialist, and when I was
when I was little, they asked, you know,
now,
what...
why do people giggle about that? He's doing a lot of wonderful work for folks, isn't he?
Yeah, he's helping a lot of people, but it's pretty funny because when I was in nursery school, the teachers asked me, you know, what does your dad do for a living?
Yeah.
So I said he helps women get pregnant. And they called my mom and they're like, well, what exactly does your husband do?
Yeah. And
it's a visual medium, Kayla. Come on. Higher. Higher.
There's one subject we didn't discuss. What was that? Everyone's talking about it.
What?
Well, your breasts.
My breasts.
You seem to get furious when a talk show host comes up with this subject. Okay, in general, what do you think about breast implants? Just in general.
Well, I think if that's what you want to do and that would make you happy, then I see nothing wrong with it. But I haven't done that.
Do you like Big Pa? Do you like Pa?
Who doesn't?
Not everybody. Do you like
Really?
the ex?
Name one person who doesn't like power.
No, everybody wants to be famous.
No, it's not. It's not just fame. It's power. Is anyone can have power. I mean, it's how you feel about yourself. It's how you carry yourself. It's the effect that you have on people. It doesn't necessarily. It's not synonymous with fame. And I think that I don't think you would find a human being on this earth that wasn't interested in power.
The rituals echo from Mecca to Rome. The black cube stands where the ancients still roam. Rings in the sky. Rings in the sky. Rings in the sky, the time moves back. Saturn revolves, the codes stay intact. Saturn's return, the cycle resets. Humanity kneels, but some will reject. The rituals echo from Mecca to Rome. The black cube stands where the ancients still roam. Saturn's return, the cycle resets. Humanity kneels, but some will reject. Rings in the sky, the time moves back. Saturn revolves, the codes stay intact. Numbers align when the rituals rise. The veil peels back, revealing the light.
What's wrong with him?
Nothing's wrong with it, sweetie. I was just wondering why you're not with your buddy tonight.
He's not here.
Excuse me?
He's not here.
Why don't you go film your friend? Maybe you guys can make a lot of money together. Gay videos are in, you know.
If he did ask you to marry him, would you say yes?
No, I don't want to comment about that.
You don't want to comment on that. You said that before, that you said yes, you would say yes. I mean, it's in the publications that I read.
Yes, but that was misunderstood or something. So I didn't.
So you changed your mind. You don't want to marry the guy.
I didn't change my mind, but I just don't want to go out with it.
Donald Trump's name is synonymous with a lot of things, but not the least of which is the phrase prenuptial agreement. You know what that is?
Yes, I know what is it.
Given his history with acrimonious divorces, with bitter divorces, would you even consider signing one with him?
You know, everybody has different opinions. So let's see what's happened.
Different opinions about
the prenuptial agreement, about sign it, not to sign it. Everybody decided what is inside of them.
So you're not ruling out anything?
No.
And Melania, you're now engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very exciting. That's all I got you, is that little tiny thing right there on your finger? Look at the size of that. That's how many carats is that?
I don't know. I never think about it.
You don't think about carats?
No.
I bet you do. I bet you know exactly how many carats
I do, actually.
See? Melania. And where are you from, Melania?
I'm from Slovenia.
Slovenia?
Yes.
Melania from Slovenia.
That's right.
And Melania.
Gillen tells me in the car that I have to do what I do for Jeffrey for Prince Andrew. I, was woken up by Gillen in the morning and told I was going to meet a prince, and up till then I should have known, but I didn't even know that I was going to be trafficked that night to him. And we went shopping, and Prince Andrew came over, and we talked in Gillen's foyer, study, or living room, whatever you want to call it, in the townhouse. And then we went to Club Tramp, and he danced with me, and he's a horrific dancer, by the way, and he sweats a lot, and he smells funny. And then we get in the car, and Andrew's not in the car with us. He's in the car behind us with his security guards. And Gillen tells me in the car that I have to do what I do for Jeffrey for Prince Andrew. And that's when I learned what was going to happen. It wasn't a shock, put it that way. I mean, I was shocked that royalty was involved, but it wasn't a shock that Gillen and Epstein would traffic me out to yet another individual, which is what he was to me at the end of the day. He was just another individual. In my mind, I lost all respect for royalty then and there.
It's from a woman who says that between 1999 and 2002, when she was underage, she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew on several occasions. What was your reaction when you heard that?
Well, knowing him as I know him, and he's one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life, and my best friend, and great father to my children, I just thought, I don't understand in this day and age how people can make salacious lies up. This is defamation of character of a person that is the opposite to how he's being portrayed.
Yeah, this is my real voice. That was just a character I was playing. I just think that for a long time people have misunderstood and underestimated me, but I can understand playing that character. Of course they were going to assume otherwise, but I'm not a dumb blonde. I'm just very good at pretending to be one.
Right there.
But he was such a good swimmer.
Why did Grant Jordan?
Times. Well, I can't speak to him, but I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him. It's like, honey, come on. Every man that I've ever been with, you've known about him because either the Inquirer wrote it about it. Your people wrote about this stuff. So no, I never had this, and no, I didn't get on the plane because you know what I would have to do to get on the plane? They were trying to, yeah.
And she doesn't
they're
fly.
No, so they're trying
She's
to
a
get
bus
me.
babe.
They're trying to
No.
get me to get on a plane to get to this thing for Julian Lang.
Yeah, but the thing is, they dropped like 300 names.
Yes.
And it's like flood the zone because when
Yes.
you're looking, there are people
Yes.
like Marilyn Monroe who
Yes.
was dead.
Elvis.
Yeah, a
is
lot of
on
people,
the
because a
thing.
lot of the reasons your name can be mentioned are news articles, third-party emails, contacts. Again, wealthy, famous people often cross in professional and social circles, so that's not the surprising part.
You regret the links that there have been? You know, we have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him. Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell? I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it to me is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus. And we are more than happy to say what we know, which is very limited and totally unrelated to their behavior or their crimes. And we want to do it in public because let's make this transparent. There are calls for another individual who denies wrongdoing to go before Congress on this matter. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew. Do you think he should testify? I think everybody should testify. Look, including the former prince? I think everybody should testify who is asked to testify. I just want it to be fair. I want everybody treated the same way. That's not true for my husband and me because other witnesses were asked to testify. They gave written statements under oath. We offered that. They want to pull us. Why do they want to pull us into this? To divert attention from President Trump. This is not complicated.
Minute I spent with him, I regret and I apologize that I did that. It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior. He knew a lot of very rich people, and he was saying he could get them to give money to global health. In retrospect, that was a dead end.
I hate to break it to you, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a show about reptiles, reptilians, living underground, in underground tunnels. What food do they like the most? Pizza. Pizza is code word for pedophiles. Their connection with April is their connection to the mainstream media, how they influence the masses from behind the scenes.
I'm telling you, baby oil is, it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I done had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know what's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil. All right. Praise the Lord, baby oil.
I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer, yes? Harrison?
Turning the Oscars into an everyone's invited dinner party with dinner.
What do you think? Julia wants cheese. Who's your favorite movie star? They're here. Well, who do you want to talk to? Oh.
And then passing a very famous hat to pay the delivery guy.
What do you have, Harvey? 200?
200.
That's a
Does that
start.
cover it?
That's
Oh,
a
it's a
start.
start.
We've known each other for years. Yeah. You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so good. So.
Aniston will say to me in the middle of the night whenever I'm with her, something cool. She'll be like, "You see?" And I'll be like, "No, you're right. This is great. This is great." She'll text me and say, "I know something. Wednesday night if you want." I'll be like, "Come on, we just did that Saturday thing."
She's busy all the time. I know. She's the greatest host.
Parties are incredible at her house too.
Yeah. She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza.
Wonderful,
yes.
wonderful pizza.
You told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all in Anniston. It's like George and I would love you to come over for pizza, but
how was the pizza? Was it good?
Did
he make it
Amal's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he doesn't.
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clooney's was excellent.
If you're watching this, it means they got me. My dead man switch activated automatically after I missed 2 scheduled check-ins. I had it set up months ago because I knew this day was coming. I did not die by accident. I was murdered to keep their secrets buried. My name is Virginia Louise Giuffre. I was one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. I survived Little St. James, but survival came at a price. I saw too much, knew too much, and now they've silenced me. But it's too late for them. They thought killing me would bury their secrets. I worked at Mar-a-Lago, folding towels, cleaning lockers. My father kept the tennis courts immaculate. We were just working folks trying to scrape by. Trump, he was around, but he was never the threat. The real predator was Ghislaine Maxwell, prim and proper, smiling, promising to teach me massage therapy at the Pink Mansion in Palm Beach. I had no idea I was being fed into a nightmare machine. Epstein's Island was hell disguised as paradise. You've heard some names linked to him, but those are just the sacrificial pawns. The real players, the ones they've protected at all costs, are still hiding in plain sight. I'll name 2 now. The first, a former U.S. president, Barack Obama. Publicly, he's revered. Privately, he was one of the worst. He wasn't there for the girls. He was there for the island boys. Young boys, trafficked and groomed. I saw him more times than I can count, always without his Secret Service detail, sometimes with his Hollywood friends, George Clooney and Tom Hanks. I still have nightmares about them, arrogant and drunk on power, slinking into the cabanas with kids barely out of childhood. The second, Bill Gates, the billionaire philanthropist, loved by the media, hailed as a savior. We called him the benefactor, and we used to dread seeing him naked. But he didn't come to party. He came to experiment. Genetic experiments, human experiments. I saw him inject a young girl with something they said was a genetic enhancement. She was younger than me, strapped to a table, terrified, treated like a lab rat while they muttered about seeding the future of the species. These men think they are gods, playing with life like it was theirs to own. I'm telling you now, Epstein isn't dead. They staged his death because he was too valuable. He held blackmail on some of the most powerful people on earth. Files, videos, confessions. They couldn't risk him talking, but they also couldn't risk him gone, so they hid him. And they thought killing me would stop this from coming out. They were wrong, and there is so much more to come. Hidden servers, encrypted drives, witness testimonies. It's all going to hit the light. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Don't let my death be just another headline. Burn their lies to the ground. Make the world see the monsters behind the masks.
Everything in the world, it's been said, is a sort of carny, sort of a con, sort of a scam, sort of an operation where one person's trying to put something over on someone else. In the words of the once popular song, it's a Barnum and Bailey world. And any accusations that have been leveled at me for being a con artist or a charlatan, I can only say I'm no more, no less than any of the people out there, given the opportunity, would be. My background in circus and carnival work has served me well.
Awakened Light, Excitata Lux, presents Eyes Wide Shut for the Initiate. What will follows is written in the tone of a hermetic initiation address, not as endorsement of any outer order, but as symbolic instruction. We treat Eyes Wide Shut as an allegorical ritual drama constructed by Stanley Kubrick. Fratres et sorores. Before you stands the allegory of the modern soul. The profane world believes this film to be a tale of jealousy and indulgence. The initiate knows it to be a drama of partial awakening. Let us examine the symbols. The candidate in ignorance. Dr. Bill Harford represents the neophyte prior to initiation. He is educated, accomplished, socially elevated, and yet spiritually untested. In the outer order of the mysteries, the first truth impressed upon the candidate is this: man believes himself sovereign long before he has mastered himself. Bill believes he owns love, he controls desire, he understands power. His wife's confession shatters this illusion. This is the symbolic stroke of the Hierophant's sword. The ego is wounded. Without this wound, no initiation can begin. Learn something new today, a channel for higher learning. Let us continue. The descent through the astral labyrinth. The night journey through New York is the symbolic passage through the elemental grades. Observe the colors. Blue, the sphere of Yesod, the astral plane, illusion and reflection. Red, Gebura, severity, desire, force. The city becomes a ritual corridor. Every doorway is a portal, every temptation is an elemental trial. Like the Zelator tested in earth, like the Theoricus tested in air, Bill is examined through sensation and impulse. He is offered indulgence repeatedly, yet he hesitates. This hesitation is not virtue, it is confusion. The candidate wanders, but he does not yet know. The masked assembly, the inverted temple. Now we approach the central mystery. The mask ritual resembles a ceremonial lodge, a circular temple space, a robed central authority in red. Latin invocation, hierarchical positioning, graded access. To the untrained eye, this is power. To the initiate, it is outer theatrics devoid of inner illumination. The masks signify fragmented identity, divided self, consciousness split between public and hidden life. The red-cloaked figure stands in the place of the Hierophant, but no light descends. This is the Shadow Lodge. In true Hermetic initiation, the candidate is stripped to reveal truth. Here, the members conceal themselves to preserve power. This is the inversion of the mysteries. Kubrick presents not the inner order, but its corrupted material echo. The woman as Sophia. One masked woman intercedes for Bill. She warns him. She sacrifices herself. In the language of the mysteries, she is Sophia, divine wisdom descending into matter to rescue the blind soul. She suffers so that he may awaken. Yet, he does not fully comprehend her act. Thus we learn, gnosis offered is not gnosis received. Without inner readiness, the symbol remains a symbol only. Learn something new today, a channel for higher learning. Let us continue. Eyes wide shut. The condition of the uninitiated. The title itself is the true lecture. The profane man sees ritual, yet perceives scandal. He sees hierarchy, yet perceives glamour. He sees sacrifice, yet perceives drama. His eyes are open. His perception is sealed. Initiation is not exposure to secrets. It is the cultivation of sight. The true alchemy, the chamber of marriage. The most sacred working in the film is not the masked rite. It is the bedroom confession. There, ego dissolves, identity trembles, illusion fractures. In Hermetic doctrine, the true magnum opus occurs within the psyche. The external temple is but reflection. The inner marriage, the reconciliation of masculine and feminine forces, is the authentic alchemical crucible. Kubrick subtly instructs, the world chases outer ceremonies. The initiate labors in the unseen chamber of the soul. The unfinished adept. Bill returns home alive, but not enlightened. He has seen behind the curtain, yet he has not integrated the vision. Thus, he remains between worlds, neither fully asleep nor fully awake. This is the danger of premature exposure to hidden structures without spiritual grounding. Fratres et sorores. Let this allegory instruct you. Power without wisdom is hollow. Ritual without consciousness is theater. Exposure without transformation is vanity. The true temple has no masks. The true initiator removes illusion, not clothing. The true light blinds before it illuminates. May you never mistake spectacle for gnosis. May your eyes open and remain open. Awakened light, Excitata Lux, Fiat Lux. Let there be light.